Vinyl community, I'm back to do a recent Vinyl Finds video, and this is going to be a mixed bag, as usual. Psych, folk, jazz, all the good stuff. Okay, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to recommend two channels. I never do that. And these are two review channels that I've discovered recently that I think that you should check out if you're a prog, jazz or classic rock fan. I'm going to start off with this guy. He's called Barry Robertson, and the channel is Classic Album Reviews. And he does long reviews and lists and stuff like that of records and different topics. Mostly prog and classic rock. But the guy cuts his videos really cool, like very fast paced. But they're still long because he does a tremendous job in researching about the records. And this guy, he has like fewer subscribers than I do, and he has done like 150 reviews. His channel is called 10-Minute Record Reviews, and he's called Alan Castle. Great reviews of mainly jazz. I have bench watched these guys' videos, and I have a lot of videos to catch up. So give them a try if you're into this stuff. I've already done this video once. It was 40 minutes long, so I'm going to try to do it again, but a little bit faster. So we start with country folk, and Rex Foster with Roads of Tomorrow, 1971 on Barclay. Here's the backside and the gatefold. Now, not all the songs on this one is a 10, but there's some killer tunes on this one. Especially the second side, there's a song called Lighted Window Lady. I think it's on YouTube. Check it out. That's how I discovered this record. I heard it online, and a Swedish seller was selling this, so I bought this along with another record. Fairly inexpensive record. Now, 1971, Barclay, country folkish, only released this record. I can't find any information on Rex Foster really, so if you know anything, please leave me a comment on this guy and the record down below. Pressed in France, Canada, and this is the first US press. Highly recommended. Once I traded my UK first press of Love Da Capo. Now I bought it back, but as a 1966 US press on the sort of brown tannish label. Looks like that. So I don't know if it's a first press, but it's a early 66 press at least of this iconic classic psychedelic rock record. I still think that Forever Changes is the best love record, but Da Capo is on a tight second place. Okay, so I promised you that this is gonna be the most weird record today. Cut den! Tusen. This is Staffan Harde. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a Swedish guitar noodling free jazz dude who released this in 1974, I think. 72 on SJR Records. So he has a piano player, bass player, and a drummer also on this one. But some of the songs are actually just him noodling on the guitar. There's the label there. It's a rare Swedish kind of quirky free jazz record. His guitar technique is insanely good, or interesting at least. And I think I read somewhere that he, 1970, like late 60s, early 70s, he put in an ad in the only Swedish jazz magazine called Orkesterjournalen back in the day, and he said that he was the best guitar player in the world or something like that. So he dared anyone battle him, or I don't know how it was. But this feels like a CV almost of his guitar technique, like his way of showing the world what he could do on the guitar, and it's a really interesting record. So the entire record is online. Search for Staffan Harde on Discogs, and on the video section you can hear the entire record. If you're a free jazz fan, this is your bag. Check it out. So I've been looking for this for a while, to be honest, and I've been outbid, and I thought it was too expensive in stores and stuff like that. So it's been like 8-9 years that I've been looking for this, I think now. Chico Freeman's Spirit Sensitive from 1979 with Cecil McBee, John Hicks, Billy Hart and Don Moye. And there's the Funky Bunch there. On India Navigation, which is a fairly cool sort of record label. I don't know everything about it. I think that Cecil McBee was one of the owners of it. And Chico Freeman is doing a tremendous job on this one. I think that he's mostly known for his avant-garde work, but he only plays standard tunes on this, like jazz standards on this one. Nothing by his own pen. And it's really a sort of, it's sort of it's swinging, but it's sort of a sensitive recording. And everyone's doing a great job, but Cecil McBee on the bass is the main man here on this session, in my opinion, and the drummers. But Chico Freeman is doing a great job, a great job. I don't know if I've heard any better playing with him on any other record. So yeah, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this again later on. But when we're at the subject of India Navigation, I also found a copy of Cecil McBee's Alternate Spaces. Same year, almost the same lineup. So you have Cecil McBee on bass here. Don Pullen on piano, Chico Freeman on tenor and soprano sax and flute. And you have Don Moye on percussion on this one, not drums, and Alan Nelson on drums. And look at that cover. And I think that the music sounds almost like this. It's not swinging as the Chico Freeman record. This is more, sensitive, smooth, quiet. I don't know. That's words that just pops into my head. And a first US press also on the Silver India Navigation label. Okay, the next one. I said in a video that I didn't need any more Robert Wyatt in my life. I bought the 2 compilations, different every time, 2 LP set each. But this record I'm going to show you now, it never left my want list. And I'm glad to say I found a copy and I can add it to the collection. This is Rock Bottom from 1974. This is a 76 French press on Virgin Records with that lovely cover. And it's on the green. Okay, so why I needed this and it never left the want list. For you that know, you know, but Robert Wyatt was in Soft Machine. He was a drummer in Soft Machine and quite the character in 1973 maybe. He attended a party, he drank too much and he fell 4 floors from a window and broke his back. So he was crippled from the waist down for the rest of his life and he's been in a wheelchair ever since. Now, this record was the one he recorded after the accident. And he has said in interviews that the accident had nothing to do with the record. All the songs were already written before they went into the studio and yada. But come on, I mean, if you fall from a window, you broke your back, you're in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. When you go in and make your art the first time after that accident or incident, it's impossible not to color the sort of production or the work that you do. And this is a partly at least a very dark record. So in my opinion, with the accident, this is almost like a concept record if you know the background story there. So fantastic record, and I think his best record. Glad to add it to the collection. Fantastic artist, fantastic record. Okay, so I'm gonna try to swing through this as quick as I can, but there's a little bit of a story to this. Like 5 years ago, a friend of mine wanted this record and I helped him hunt down the reissue on Light in the Attic, and he was super happy. And I tried to listen to a song or two with this artist and this record, but it didn't blow me away. Like, I didn't think it was that good. So I was super happy for Linus, my friend, who got the record, and because the record has blown his mind. Now fast forward to maybe 6 months ago or something like that. I read somewhere in an interview with someone in a magazine or online about this record, and it sparked my interest again. So I checked it out online, and just like Linus this time, it blew my mind. Like really, there's not a bad second on this one. There's not a bad song. There's not a bad moment on this. And it's folky, it's country, it's soul, it's everything that you need from a record, and the lyrics are great, and the performance is insane. It's just the perfect record. So I went out, see if I can hunt one down, and in a store where I buy 2 jazz records, reissues, I'm going to show them in another video, but when I buy those, this Danish store has a sealed copy of this one. They want like 70 euro for it, something like that. So I say, I give you 40 euro if you throw it in with the deal, so I don't have to pay more shipping. And they agreed. So I get the record, and it's sealed. It's sealed from 1969. No one has played it. It's still in the plastic. So I ripped the mother open and I put it on the turntable. And as you all know, buying sealed records, it's a chance really. I bought sealed records before they've been warped, so I knew that that could occur. And I put it on the turntable, and yes, it's warped. It's going like this. So the needle isn't skipping, but on the first songs, on the first sides, you can hear a little bit of a swoosh, you know, that sort of wobble swoosh. But it's a loud record, so I play it, but I'm obviously pretty bummed out about the thing. And when I see that the corner is also bent, I write to the store and ask them for a refund and to send the record back. They respond that they have another sealed copy of this, lo and behold. And he is going to slit that open, see if it's wobbly. If it's not, they're sending it my way, and I can keep this one. So a week later, he sends or a day later, he sends a video clip of it. It's flat, and a week later, I have my second copy, sealed copy of Harlan County by Gene Ford from 1969 on White Whale Records, and it's in perfect condition. It plays beautifully, and it's a mint perfect record, like really. So now I have 2 copies, one that's wobbly. Now I know a guy south from my town that has a record flattening machine, so I'm going to try to flatten this first copy, and if it's pretty flat, I know that I can get back some money from the deal. So 2 copies of this. This is a masterpiece of a record. Like really, in my opinion, it's a masterpiece of a record. It's the super like soundtrack to the working class man. Really, he paints the perfect sort of working man pictures, especially on the first title track, Harlan County. Listen to that. And I bet that Bruce Springsteen had listened to this record before he even put pen to paper, really. But the record is soulful in a sort of the band way. So it's almost like, and I think that his voice is a little bit leaning against the sort of the Levon Helm. But yeah, highly recommended. I don't need to say that. Okay, so now we move on to the heavy hitters, in my opinion. Heavy hitters. I got myself a copy of this. It's been on my want list for a while. Gary Farr's Strange Fruit from 1960 on CBS Records. This is the second one that he released. The first one was on Marmalade, I think, and the second one I don't know, maybe CBS also. This is the most famous, I think, of his 3 releases. Backing band on this one is Mighty Baby, the guys from Mighty Baby, and Richard Thompson. Like, what a lineup! And the songs, fantastic. Now, some songs are turds. I admit it. It's not every song on this is a perfect 10, which makes the record not a perfect 10. But the songs that is good is awesome. Like In the Mud is one of the best songs I've ever heard. It's a masterpiece of a song. Strange Fruit that he does is great. Revolution of the Season also very, very good. Down Among the Dead Men, I think, is also really, really good. Sweet Angelina. So there's some killer tracks on this one, and with the backup band and the more folky songs, it's a great listen. But it's an expensive record, and it's hard to lock down. So give it a listen before you buy it. Okay, so 2 minutes about the song. Now I understand it's a hot topic to even do a cover of Strange Fruit. If you're a young white dude in England, I mean, doing a cover of Strange Fruit and even have the guts to put it on the cover and on the calling your album Strange Fruit is gutsy. I have to say, and he's had his fair share of shit for this cover of the fantastic song. Now, I can't even imagine the sort of impact that song has had on people, and with all the African American people in the States, I have no clue. The only thing I can do is read about it and giving myself knowledge about the entire thing. It's horrible. And Billie Holiday's version of Strange Fruit is one of the best songs, maybe top 10 songs ever recorded, in my opinion. It should be on a museum, you know. So I can only imagine like people talking about this when it came out. But to be fair, in my theory is that Gary Farr wanted to do an homage to the song in 1970, and that's why he put it on the and called the record the record Strange Fruit, and he did a cover. Now the cover, I think, is a good solid effort of a cover of Strange Fruit. It's not an easy song to do, but also raising awareness of the song and the song's meaning. I hope at least that that's what Gary Farr did back in the day. Solid effort, Gary Farr. Moving fast towards the end. 4 more to go. This is have been on my want list since I started collecting records, heavy blues and psych and prog. I've had a reissue on a Karma for a long time, 2 LP set, sold it now, and I've seen it in stores, but it's been too expensive now. I found a store that sold me this copy as a G plus record, but it's a VG plus record all day long. This is Quartermass. First UK press, there's the inside, and you all know the famous sort of iconic Hypnosis cover artwork. Jon Gustafsson's heavy rock, psych maybe, I don't know, a trio record. Guitarless, nonetheless, but fantastic. And once again, I mean, I don't buy shit records. Why should I? Especially expensive ones. But this is a masterpiece. There's not a bad song on this one. This is so heavy, so good. Very high quality stuff, this one. And finding a first UK press is fantastic. Now, I bought this for a fraction of the price because it was graded G+. But yeah, so happy to add this to the collection. And from the same seller, I got this Kraut record. And this is insane. I'm still pinching myself for owning this. This is Hölderling with Hölderlings Traum. Let's see here, I have to read. 1972 on the famous Pilz label. I'm going to show you that soon, but look at this. I mean, that cover artwork. Man, oh man. And inside of the gatefold, backside. This is a Kraut folk psych record, in my opinion. And there's the very psychedelic Pilz label. This was also graded G by the same seller. Insane. And I think I paid €25 for this one. And to be fair, the last 5 minutes on first side, it has a small tick, but in my opinion, it's not bothering me because the music overpowers the most of the tick. Other than that, it plays flawless, really. And with that cover, €25. I mean, come on. It's an expensive record, so I'm pinching myself. So the India Navigation records and these ones, and I've already shown you some Nucleus records, all came from the same seller. I got them for a fraction of the medium price, just to give you a clue. All first UK pressings, and this was one of them. Iron Car's Nucleus with Nucleus Plus, the fourth official Nucleus release, I think, Labyrinth, and it all builds on Greek mythology and the Minotaur, if I'm not mistaken. Kenny Wheeler, you have Brian Smith on 11, Gordon Beck on piano, Norman Winston sings on it, fantastic. Gatefold, Vertigo Records, first UK press, was released on the Spaceship label. This was after they quit doing the Vertigo Swirl. And the music is fantastic. It's not the best Nucleus record, but the Nucleus records are some of the best music ever recorded. So, I mean, this one is fantastic. It's on par with Solar Plexus in my opinion. Yeah, and Iron Car, I've been playing him both with Don Rendell and Nucleus like a mother. Now, getting these for a fraction of the price, the vinyl was in unplayed condition. Like, I think I was the first one that dropped the needle, and the cover, sure, it has seen some shelf years, but also in good condition. So happy with that. But the record that started it all, that I saw this guy had, and he sold it for next to nothing, and he graded it G, I think, or something like that. And all bells were just like ringing, and I asked him for pictures, and okay, so now we are where we are. Like I said, a fraction of the price. And just to start it off, this is the original inner sleeve. This is the label, and many of us out there love that label, but this is a grail, really, for me, that I didn't think I would own this soon. This is Belladonna with Iron Car, and to be fair, this is also a Nucleus record, because I think there's only one person missing or something like that. So you have a bunch of the Nucleus guys. And Chris Spedding is replaced by a lousy guitarist called Alan Holdsworth. So yeah, and I think this is my favorite Iron Car record. Yeah, to be fair, I think it's my favorite of the Nucleus records, and it's also the most rare one, most expensive one, and all those cool things we collectors masturbate to. But it's added to the collection now, so super happy with that. Yeah, 2021 has really been a great year for me record collecting wise, and I hope it's just gonna continue producing good material for my collection. That's it. Hope you're all doing well. If you have any questions, please write in the comment. I answer every single comment, and subscribe if you haven't. But you haven't watched this all the way through if you wasn't subscribing. Okay, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.